Hey Centerpoint, this is my monthly video to just say thank you to you if you've given a financial investment over the last month in helping create a different kind of church for people to find life and freedom in Jesus. And we say it all the time, but our area doesn't need another church, but it needs a different kind of church, and we uniquely get to be a part of that. To create a church for people like Brianna, who said that since coming to Centerpoint, to quote her, she said, "I'm so grateful for this church, my small group leaders, for helping me understand how God can love despite my sin and despite my mistakes." And so many of us feel that. And she said, "My life has changed. I now volunteer, and I truly understand how good God is. It was coming to this church, Centerpoint, that allowed me to realize and feel God's love in my life." Like, we get to be a part of that. Your financial investment makes you a part of her story forever and a part of a ton of other stories of ministry happening here. Spooktacular happened 2 weeks ago around Halloween for our kids on Sunday. We had hundreds of kids. We've had 16 kids make professions of faith in Jesus over the last couple of weeks. And then we had Fright Night around the same time for middle school, high school students. 47 new family registrations that night, 50 new volunteers who stepped up. We've celebrated baptisms over the last month. At least 8 adults make professions of faith in Jesus. We partnered with Salvation Army, helped people through hurricane. You gave $2,000 to Hope for Her. I mean, there's so much. So I just want to say thank you, and I want to encourage you to take a next step in your generosity as a follower of Jesus. So if you haven't given over this last month, I want to encourage you to step back into giving, to pick a plan and be consistent financially. And we said this before, a lot of people who grew up with a church background and automatically give to the church because they were raised that way, they don't always attend here. We have a very diverse church, which means if we're going to continue to create a different kind of church and reach people nobody else is reaching, it's on us. Like, you're now the church people, whether you feel like that or not. And if you don't invest, who will? 20% right now give consistently, and we need that number to be much higher to continue to reach people in our city and community. Right now, we're growing year over year pretty significantly, and it's important that we foot the bill for people who are finding life in Jesus. So let's do that for them. Let's do for them what others did for us. The easiest way, as we always say, is via the Centerpoint Church Florida app, set up recurring giving. But thank you to all of you who are being consistent month after month. That's the only way we can plan for the future, and it's the only way that we're going to be able to keep up with the growth that we're experiencing. And so I want you to be a part of that consistent group. Pick a plan, give it consistently, and let's raise that number to 20% to more like 50 and 60 and 70%. Because can you imagine what God would be able to do as we end this year and into the next year if we had that kind of consistent generosity among the people who love our church and are committed to reaching people far from God? So I want you to step up and be a part of that. Thank you if you already are. Cannot wait to see what God has in front of us. Love you guys. Thank you.